Hello. Thank you for joining me. I am here at the lovely Hard Rock Tulsa and I have some time to kill. So I thought, let's talk about reselling and 5 brands that I would like to find while outsourcing. So when I am out of town for work, I have free time and I spend a lot of it looking at online auctions because I can't always go. I mean, most of the time I can't thrift while I'm on my trips. I don't have a car. Most of the locations are not near anything. There's only really 2 places that I went last year where I got to do any sourcing at all. So I still need to get my fix, right? So I go online, and as you may or may not know, if you're new here, I will buy things from online auctions from time to time, and I do pay up for them. But so far, I've only had a few duds, and I know that I have made money. So all of these brands are ones I discovered initially while looking online. The first 2 I have heard another reseller, both of them, I heard one reseller mention them. So you may know them, you may not. I'm not doing a really deep dive into them. I've got my laptop here. I'm just going to talk about them briefly so that you're aware of it, and maybe I will, it will stick. So the first one is the Office of Angela Scott. They appear to be only footwear. They are a female-founded, funded, and operated company. I believe they're in Santa Barbara. That I think is what their address is on their website, and they are not quiet luxury. Their stuff is some of it is bold colored patterns, not subtle classic styles in any way. They're, without being insulting, they're like the quiet luxury of clowns. I don't like clowns, so I feel like I'm insulting them, but I'm really not. I'm like thinking, if clowns were an actual breed of people, and they had to dress quietly for their day job as an insurance broker or whatever, that this was the kind of thing that they would wear. Very cool stuff. And their prices are way up there. The prices on their website, I think when I looked earlier, were started at like $425 all the way up to $650. And they did have one pair of boots that I looked at earlier, and those were $850. So their stuff is expensive. Let's quickly go to Poshmark and see. Now, all of these things, typing in the Angela Scott, the Office of Angela Scott. And I believe they got that name because they specifically were targeting, what you would wear to the office, but still have fun with your footwear. So everything that I'm mentioning has some really great comps. Some of them have only great comps, and some of them have some lower comps. But as with anything, you need to do your due diligence. You need to do your own research. A lot of times it's going to be item specific. So if you find something by a certain name in the store, it doesn't mean you should automatically buy it. Maybe look it up. I'm pretty sure that almost all of the Office of Angela Scott sold well, except for some beat up sneakers that went for around $50, but otherwise all 3 digits, all, high. I'm looking right now at some of the listed prices. They're all in the mid 200s, a few in the mid 100s. And then the solds, let's click that real quick. Sorry, I don't know how to share my screen. Actually, I don't think you can do it with iMovie. If anyone out there knows how to share the screen easily, let me know. I think that would be helpful. Anyway, the sold price is $250, $120. Yeah, they're all really good. Here's a pair that went for $50, but I don't know the condition. So definitely something worth looking up. The next one, I've got it on my sticky notes. I actually wrote some of this down and then I lost the piece of paper. Okay, so the second one, which is also the second one that I did have since heard from another reseller. The final 3 I've not heard from other resellers. It's called Bronx and Banco. And while they they do sell at Bronx and Banco. They do sell at Revolve. They also sell at upscale department stores like Bergdorf Goodman and Neiman Marcus, and apparently at some place in Australia called, I don't know, David Stone, if I can remember that right. I don't know if that's an online site or I don't know if it's I don't know what it is, but they do have a bridal section. Should I go to the About Us real quick? I don't know. Their dresses are not, again, not quiet luxury. Like, I'm looking at pictures right now that could all be dresses that Jennifer Lopez would wear. That kind of thing. Very fitted, a lot of skin. And that's in the bridal section. They use a lot of neutral colors and monochromatic dresses. There are a few that have more colors, but they're muted colors, and then some that are sort of medium, but lots and lots of, as you scroll, you'll see lots and lots of dresses that are all the same color. Lace overlay, but all in the same color, and their prices were shockingly high. Let's click on Shop All. So I'm looking at, so here's a little dress. It's cute. It's a mini dress, $7.50. That's a pre-order. And here's a dress for $12.50. So when I looked at sold comps, I do remember this. They were quite high. I even saw one dress that actually wasn't a sold comp. They were asking $10,000 for the dress. Bronx and Banco. Definitely worth remembering that name. So next we have, wait, I forgot to go to the About Us. I kind of like to hear what they say about themselves. Their name is synonymous with cutting-edge style, vibrant hues, and slick tailoring. Available in over 15 countries. Oh, I don't know. I've never heard this word. Available in over 15 countries with 250 plus stockists worldwide. I guess that's places that stock it, but is that a real word? Stockists? I'm going to dictionary, because that seems like a very awkward word. Is it pretentious? A wholesale or retail establishment that stocks merchandise. Okay, it's a real word. I never heard anybody use it. I probably will only be using it ironically in the future. Okay, next. The brand is, well, I'm not even sure it's the brand. Zentner. Hang on. This was in my notes, which, of course. Okay, so it's under a website called Jarbo. Oh, I'm itchy. Jarbo. And so I don't know if it's a subdivision of Jarbo. I don't know if it's just a line, because it's pretty much one specific item. And I couldn't find anything as far as it being a separate company. I did try to research it. It's puffer jackets, but it's not outdoorsy gorpcore. Let's go snowshoeing. It's fashion, but warm. Okay, so there was a special on, I don't know when it was, within the last year, Martha Stewart, where she had an auction of a lot of her stuff. And so I watched that show, and she was wearing a puffer jacket that was short sleeves, and I remember noticing that, thinking, that's silly. I didn't care for it. That might have been a Zentner, because they're like that. There's a short sleeve puffer, there's 3/4 length puffer. Here's a shorter puffer that has like a mock neck that goes around here, but it's like it's not fitted. It's like your head is floating on a mock neck platter. Their prices, the mock neck platter is $448, and that's goose down. So they're in that range. And when I looked on Poshmark, when I looked on my phone, and Poshmark search engine is just whack. Is that a word? When I looked on my phone, it gave me exactly what I was looking for. When I looked on my laptop, didn't get it at all. So it's confusing. But the comps were good. I was looking at one and I had hoped maybe I would buy it, but it ended up selling for more than I was willing to pay. Maybe if I'd had experience with it already and knew that I was going to make $150 on it, I would have gone higher, but I didn't. I lost. Okay. The next one is Cardinal of Canada. Okay. So the comps on this are kind of all over the place. And I actually found a number of Cardinal. It's men's coats that I was looking at. Cardinal of Canada. I didn't give you anything on the Zentner or Jarbo because that company confuses me. But Cardinal of Canada is the ultimate in tailored men's coats, I think. And on the website, it's Cardinal Canada 1938. And they have, like, here's a trench coat for $6.95 American, a raincoat for $5.95. So I looked at the reason why I haven't bought one yet is does appear to be quite item specific. Like they have a tech jacket that a lot of people have, and that the comps on those are really good. There's 100% cashmere coat. Of course, the comps are good on that. The ones that I've been looking at, I've had trouble finding what the specific style is to see whether it's one of the good ones or not. And when you shop online auctions, you're paying up. So if I found a Cardinal of Canada at the bins, I probably would buy it regardless so that I can try it. And because I have a soft spot for anything from Canada, even though I believe it's made in China, at those prices. Anyway, whatever. I digress. So yeah, at the bins, I would probably buy one just so I could try this brand. But when we're talking about, paying up plus shipping of $8 to $18, I need to find one that I can find comps on that exact style and know that they're decent, because some of the comps are just too low. Like we're talking 50. I'm not talking like 10 or 12, but even I can't remember, it was 40 or 50. It's too much for me to spend, 20 and up on the item, including shipping. But I'd like to find that. And then the last one is Orlebar Brown. And so this sort of points up why this kind of video is good for me to do to sort of solidify the name. I was looking and I was doing keyword searches, and what I would do is just put in a letter and it would generate all the ones that I have previously searched that start with that letter. So I went to O, and Orlebar Brown apparently is something I have searched before. I can't say for sure that's where I discovered it because the name doesn't even sound familiar. It's like I've never seen it before. But I could see that I had looked it up before. And it is also men's stuff. They apparently, or at least they started out specializing in men's swim shorts. It says Orlebar Brown is a British clothing company specializing in tailored men's swim shorts. The company was founded by photographer Adam Brown after he identified a gap in the market for smart men's swimwear. Is that swimwear that is smart looking, or is that for smart men? The way it's written, it's for men who are smart. Like, only people with an IQ of blah, blah, blah are allowed to shop here. I don't know. I need to ask somebody who is better at that than I am. Anyway, okay, right in front of me, I see the Fiore Print Classic Fit Capri Collar Shirt. Basically, it's a polo, and it's $445, or a polo. The Bulldog is a mid-length border tape, I don't know what that means, swim shorts in white sand, and it's $345 for swim shorts. I'm not sure the people that are buying this are so smart, because that's crazy. I mean, even the best made are going to just not last if you're swimming in chlorine a lot. I have experience with this. I swim in a salt pool and I go through bathing suits so fast because I swim regularly. Salt water would eat away at, so it seems crazy to me and not smart to spend that much on swim shorts. But the comps, same thing. There were some polo tops that went very low and some polo tops that were over 100. So it's definitely, if you find it and you're thinking about paying up for it, check out the comps before you commit. At the bins, if you want to try a new brand, no big deal. $1 a day or, up to $5. I would probably buy anything Orlabar Brown to give it a try if it's in good condition. I don't know. Maybe I would look up comps. I do try to look up comps more often than not. But anyway, those are 5 brands that I'm looking for that were new to me when I heard them. And maybe some of them are new to you. So maybe you learned something, and maybe someday you'll be, going through the racks at the thrift store, la, 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 la. And it'll be like, Orlabar Brown, that rings a bell. I should look that up. That's the point, isn't it? Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.